Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to another exciting episode of T&K NoCo Auto Talk. I'm Kay,
I'm T.
and today we've got another special vehicle for you. This is the 2025 Ram 1500 Tungsten.
Yeah, we are super excited to bring you guys this video with this truck. This will be our second new vehicle we've done this year. So we're hoping to continue to bring you more new vehicle content, more fresh vehicle content. And we couldn't be more pleased and excited to partner with Fort Collins Dodge for letting us review this truck here today. This is actually a rarity, this truck, to even have this
True.
on the lot to be able to review this truck, because most of these I understand are customer orders at this point in time.
Exactly.
But yeah, guys, it is really cold out here, so we're gonna get through this as quickly, hopefully, and as efficiently as we can. But we wanted to come out and brave the weather today for you guys and review this truck with you. In the event we won't have another opportunity to, because I have a feeling this vehicle is not going to last long.
Yeah, it's probably not going to last long at all.
So with that, let's dive in.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, so here we are in front of the 2025 Ram 1500 Tungsten high output. And so, what is tungsten? To me, it sounds like some kind of metal or mineral or something like that. So I did do a little bit of research, just looked it up pretty briefly. And it is a rare silvery gray metal. And I believe it's commonly used in high alloy metal products. So with that being said, it is fitting that this one is in a silver color, and this one is called billet silver metallic. So as we take a look, it's silver, right? Like we see a lot of silvers, a lot of grays, so it's not any different kind of silver. It doesn't really stand out as a silver color.
I will say though, this model, there are 7 different colors to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
And I was messing around on Ram's website with all the different color combinations.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think this is the color that I would get. I think it's the best looking one. I would not get this truck in black. Like black is too boring and plain. And then white, obviously. Like it looks good in white, I'm sure. But I think this is nice. It look clean longer. But I like the color. I think it's a good choice.
Okay, all right, fair. I'm glad that you enjoyed the color. I'm personally just, I don't know. I'm just me. I think I just like things that are a little bit more just different and wild. But for the color, for what it is, for this scheme on this truck, yeah, it does look nice. I mean, on a day like today, it stands out and it looks pretty sharp. Yeah. So, I'm not going to complain about it too much. But if we go down here and we look at our front fascia, we do have a redesigned front grille area, which is really nice and sleek. I do like that. So this adds to that. If you guys didn't know, this is considered an ultra premium luxury vehicle. And you will come to find out why once we get on the inside. But they definitely did hit those points, redesigning this grille and giving us these kind of like platelets, so to speak, on the front of the grille, giving it that spark, that shine, kind of like what you would see on like a Cadillac or like on a BMW or something like that, just to make it look a little bit more flashy,
Yeah, 100%. It does. It's similar to the look of the Denali Ultimate, the Sierra Denali Ultimate.
Yes.
I think it looks good. It stands out for sure. It's different than their other trims.
It's definitely different than their other trims, and it's something we haven't seen from Ram before. So they are definitely trying to beef up that game. And one of their biggest competitors, I think, is that Denali Ultimate, the 1500. So, when you're in Rome, do as Romans do, right?
Right, exactly. I will also just like to point out that the bumper is also body color. It's not chrome.
Correct. Yes.
Which is nice. Like, obviously it does have some chrome on it, but they could have, it was a good opportunity to go nuts with chrome, right?
Right.
On a vehicle like this, but they opted not to, which is something I definitely appreciate.
And it's funny that you did bring up the chrome, because I was going to give it, like some thumbs down, because it does have this chrome. I mean, for me, I personally would have preferred to see this maybe in like a black trim or a body color, instead of having the chrome here. But you know, it is what it is. You gotta. It's a little bit of that pizzazz, I guess. You know, little zest.
Yeah, just imagine the bumper chrome too with all that other chrome that it has.
Oh
Like
yeah, too much.
overkill.
Too much. Yeah. So maybe they did you just the right amount because as we see, we do have the chrome on the side view mirrors and then around the doors as we go around. We'll check that out. But focusing back here on the front of the vehicle, though, we do have full LED headlamps and tail lamps. We also have automated lighting around surrounding the headlamps for your when you lock and unlock the vehicle, and we will insert some shots of that so you guys can see. It's really cool. I like the automation. Um, Kind of in the land of like the sequential turn signals and things like that. Manufacturers, I think, are trying to get more creative with the lights and having more light effects, which is fun. Like it makes you excited to see something like that, right? It's super
Exactly.
cool. So I really, really do enjoy that. Same deal. Our fog, we have this nice blacked out bezel surrounding it. Again, with the chrome around that as well. But just that black again just makes it pop, gives it something to stand out.
Yeah, it's very classy though. It's tasteful
Mm-hmm.
is what the word I would use.
Mm-hmm. And then kind of as we continue around the front, of course, we've got all of our safety features. This truck is loaded with so many safety features. So we have our, you know, typical PDC sensors. We've got our kind of like our sonar here for our distance control and for your obstacle avoidance. So all the things that helps the vehicle's safety system and camera system work properly. These are right up front, and you got your front-facing camera up here as well.
And this one is equipped with their ADAS, their assistant driving active driving
Driving
assist
assistant.
system, which is essentially lets you drive hands free,
Mm-hmm.
which is really nice.
Yep.
I didn't realize that they had something in that realm because
Right.
I know a lot of other manufacturers do, but this I
Yes.
guess is their take on it.
Yes. But it is important to note that it's not fully automated. There still needs to be driver input. But it will keep that distance, gauge that distance as you drive along without you having to have your hands on the steering wheel, so to speak. But you're still going to need to make sure you brake and things like that. And if turning needs to occur, you're going to have to interrupt and do things like that as well. So it's not fully automated, but it does take some of that off of the driver for longer trips and things like that. So as we continue around to the side of the vehicle, we've got our nice 1500 badge here with our straight 6 turbo high output. We'll get under the hood here in a minute to talk about this new engine platform, but I just love this SSTHO. I just think
Cool.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Nice, fun little acronyms right there. We've got our fender flares here, are in body color, which is great. They're not black, so they're body color. I'm okay with this being in body color. It would look weird on this vehicle if it was in black. That would be strange. And then we have our wheels here. We've got painted aluminum, 22-inch wheels, all season tires. So nice big tires, nice big wheels. I love the design of this wheel.
Well, you better love it because it's the only option you have.
I think I was going to say I think this is the only option that you can get, at least from factory.
Yeah.
Aftermarket, I'm sure there will be some other options, which will be great.
Sure.
But I do like this. We've got that aluminum look here, right? But we've also got kind of like this gray painted piece on the aluminum as well, which is nice. So it just kind of gives it that nice offset, and that two-tone with the silver kind of gives it that match.
Yeah.
So continuing on down here to the driver's side of the vehicle, of course, we've got our Ram logo. We've got our tungsten badging here, or molding, I should say. So that way you know it's a tungsten.
And everybody else knows.
And everybody else knows it's a tungsten. So that's another distinguishing feature. As we've seen, limiteds would have that. Now we have tungsten on the side molding, which is great. We also have this truck is equipped with ram boxes. Kay, are ram boxes standard on these, or is that an option? I wasn't quite sure.
I believe it's standard. When I was messing around with the configurator, all of them had it. Okay. So I don't think I think it just comes with that.
Okay.
Helps them justify the cost, I guess.
Well, ram box is a nice feature, I will have to say, because you can store quite a bit of items in here, and there's one on each side, of course. Um, this does have um, uh, where you can release if you put like ice or something in there, right?
Yeah, it
You
has
can, it
drains.
has
Yeah.
drains in it, so you can drain that out. So you can go out to the lake, you go out camping, you're at a tailgate party, you want to load up some drinks in there, put your ice in there, easy peasy.
Or if you have something that maybe needs to be charged or plugged in,
Mm-hmm.
you do have a 115-volt outlet, household style outlet in there as well that can be activated from the inside.
Yep. So again, more storage capability as well with this vehicle, along with your bed here. So we come around the back. We've got our backup camera back here in the tailgate in the handle area. We've also got cameras up here on the top, and we've got cameras on the side view mirror. So basically, we've got 360 surround view cameras on this truck. Um, it's really cool with this tailgate. Basically, one nice grip touch on that latch, it will fold down on its own. You can also press it for it to fold back up, but we also have a button here for it to close back up. I do like this self-assisted, so to speak, tailgate feature. You don't have to worry about hauling it up and hauling it down. So just more convenience, right?
Taking all the work out of work.
Taking all the work out of the work. This is why it's ultra premium. And don't forget our nice big tungsten badge back here in the back. So continuing around, just a repeat of the driver's side. Um, this truck, we've already kind of experimented with it here a little bit. We've been on the inside, we've taken it out for a little cruise and everything, and it is really nice. It is a really nice truck.
It is nice. The glass is laminated, so it's really quiet on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Very isolating from the road.
Yes.
It's a nice smooth ride. It's
Yes.
awesome.
And the other thing I do want to mention too is that this does have adjustable air suspension. So we know people love air suspension. I guess you love or hate it, but I like it. It's fun.
And it's nice that you can lower it from the key fob, which is really
Yes.
nice.
You have a lot of functionality straight from the key fob. Auto start, the tailgate, your air suspension, raising and lowering the truck. I mean, what else can you do? Can it make me a margarita? I don't know.
Just to show you guys what the key fob looks like really quick. It's really nice. Get it to focus here, if it will. There it goes. So yeah, unlock, lock. You control your tailgate from here. You got your remote start, your air suspension control, and then your panic button as well. And then it says tungsten along the back there, which is a really cool touch.
Yep. And then the kind of the last thing we wanted to point out is that this does also have automatic power fold mirrors as well on this vehicle. So when you do lock it, the mirrors will automatically fold in on their own. I do believe that is a adjustable setting in there, so you can turn that on or off based on your preferences. But they are power fold, so that's great. And we also have RAM here inside the turn signal area tucked right in there. So just all the little nods to the brand um, throughout the vehicle. But Kay, I don't know about you. I think we should see what's going on under this hood.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's check it out. Hey guys, so funny story. We lost our mics while we were out in the field filming this portion of our video, and we did not realize it until we came back to edit it. So we're going to talk with y'all right now about the engine specs for this 3.0 liter Hurricane high output. So Kay, take it away.
So this is the high output 540 horsepower motor with 521 pound-feet of torque. If you're not familiar, there are two versions of this motor. One is a standard output, which puts out 420 horsepower. So this is a huge jump over that one.
Yes, most definitely. Lots of power, lots of impact. You really feel it when you step on the accelerator.
Which is wild. Some reviewers and automotive magazines are getting 4.5 to 5 seconds, 0 to 60 times, which is insane because this thing weighs nearly 6,000 pounds.
It is crazy. And the cool thing about this too, with this motor, it has a max towing of up to about 10,700 pounds and a max payload of around 1,400 pounds. Just rounding that up, but yeah, this 3.0 liter inline six can do a lot. It's quite aggressive.
It is insane. I think if you're everybody's upset and disappointed that the V8's gone away. That 5.7 Hemi is legendary.
Yes.
But I honestly don't think it's going to be missed. If you're holding off from test driving a Ram because it doesn't have that Hemi, you're doing yourself a disservice. Disservice, 100%. It is extremely impressive. Once you drive it, you will see what we're talking about.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you definitely have to drive this to feel that power difference, because that power transfer will win you over instantly. Yeah, you're not getting your growl of the V8 that everybody has come to know and love. We like to have that along with the power. But I'm telling you, this will put a smile on your face. It'll put a smile on our faces. And we both are people that enjoy power. We enjoy the sound. We enjoy the growl, the grumble. But I'm okay with not having it.
Yeah, I mean, this heavy pickup truck, this heavy, expensive pickup truck will put a smile on your face.
Absolutely. And this also gets an impressive 16 miles per gallon in the city, 21 miles per gallon on the highway, and 18 miles per gallon combined.
Yep. And mentioned for 8-speed automatic transmission. It's super smooth, very snappy. It's in quite a few Stellantis models. It's in the Grand Cherokees and so on and so forth. But it's great. It's very, the shifts are very imperceptible. They're very smooth. You're not, being pushed around and jarred around between gears or anything like that. So it's really nice.
Everything is smooth, buttery. There's no turbo lag. There's no delay. Power is instantaneous. And the engine bay is, as we've shown here in our video, is very nice and beautiful and laid out. So very nice design. Very great choice from Stellantis, from Ram. The Hurricane is going to be the new generation of power.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be something that we see from a lot of other manufacturers as well, something very similar.
Absolutely. All right, guys, so with that, let's return to our regularly scheduled program, and we're going to show you guys the next section of our video. We're going to go out on our test drive and talk about the interior. All right, guys, so we are inside of the 2025 Ram 1500 Tungsten, and I am going to show you around the vehicle. Kay is driving right now. But yeah, we're going to talk about some of these interior features. So interior color theme we have here is called Indigo Sea Salt. So we have this dark gray color here for the leather on the dash and the surround. The seats are kind of like an ivory color, so to speak. So, kind of like an off-white. We also have premium leather. Also, the seats are 20-way adjustable seats. And I had mentioned in the Porsche video about 14-way adjustable seats and how that was just, so ridiculous. We have so many levels of seat adjusting. But after giving it some thought, honestly, guys, I thought about it. I was like, well, everybody's a different shape and size and heights and things like that. So you want to give the most and maximum options for seat adjustability as possible. So 20-way adjustability in these seats, Kay.
That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot.
And the other thing is too, your controls are not on the seat, because I do keep reaching down to the seat for the controls. They are on the door handle, or on the door, for your driver door and passenger door. Just as you would expect to see in any high-end luxury vehicle like a Mercedes or a BMW or something along those lines. You don't typically find your seat controls, your power seat controls on the door in a truck.
You just can't say that anymore. Well, I guess it's still not typical, but it is interesting to see. I guess that's how you know it's what it's aiming for. It is aiming to be ultra luxury, which is kind of crazy because just a few years ago, a truck that cost $100,000 was mind-boggling.
Right.
But it's really the norm, you know, nowadays, and it's only getting more and more expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Especially, and they're getting nicer. So, I mean, it is justifiable, the features that you get
Yep.
in the trucks these days, but they're just no longer workhorses, you know what I mean? Like, they're family vehicles.
Right.
Now,
Yes.
which
Yep.
is wild.
And everybody likes to ride in style and in comfort. I would like to point out here too, we have this, I believe it's a 14.5 inch display. We do have massaging seats for the driver and for the passenger. We also have here, as you can see, your bolsters on here. You can adjust those as well for the seats, your lumbar and everything like that. So that's also really cool. And we also have, of course, heated and ventilated front seats. We've got heated steering wheel, and we also have, I believe, heated and ventilated seats in the rear as well. So lots of comfort. Everybody can stay cool or toasty, whatever they want to do, and you're riding in style.
Yeah, it'd be hard to be uncomfortable in this car, in this truck. Which is crazy, because it still has, like you said earlier, 540 horsepower, 521 pound-feet of torque. I've seen some reviewers getting in the like mid to high 4-second range, 0 to 60s, which is, it just blows my mind.
Yeah. Quick, lots of power. It's there when you need it.
Yeah, so it's like, who won't this truck appeal to? You know what I mean? Like, you get everything.
You get everything.
Like, no real compromises here. I will say there are a couple of points where I feel like they could have done better. So again, this truck is like $90,000. But the front doors are the only ones that have sensors for easy access, like passive access. Which blows my mind. Like, you're already spending all this money making the truck. Why not just throw a couple of
don't cut corners,
right? And then the windows, the power windows, only the front two are automatic up and down.
We should have, we should have that for the rears too.
Yeah, I mean, in GMCs and Chevys, you get one button and it rolls down all 4 of your windows.
Yeah, you were right about that. Genius, I have to say, genius. But I will tell you, at least Ram has upped their game with their wireless chargers now. You get 2 of them instead of just the one. And also, not all Rams, you know, at least 23s, 24s. I'm not sure about the 22s, but it's probably back to that model year as well. But you typically would only just get the one here on the driver's side. You wouldn't have the one for the passenger side. And that's even if it was equipped with it at all.
True.
Why in 2025 now would we have a vehicle that does not have wireless charging?
True.
You know?
You do get a multitude of USB chargers.
You do get that.
USB,
I agree, you have that. But we want less wires.
True. Good point. Yeah. But, I mean, 3 USB-A's, 3 USB Type-C's, HDMI, that doesn't do anything but work for the passenger screen.
Yep, because if you're viewing video or something like that.
And then you get another USB-A port in the center console here.
Lots of charging.
On the top part. And then you do get like 2 or 3 of each in the second
in the back.
Yep.
And we also have a 115 volt down here as well. So lots of power supplies in this vehicle. That is for sure. Not only inside, but I forgot to check if there was a power supply back in the bed in this one. But I'm pretty sure there probably is.
Yep, there is one. And then, like we mentioned earlier in the RAM box, there's the chargers.
So plenty of access for any other accessories you might need to plug in for whatever you're doing. Also, another thing we should mention here, guys, is we have 23 speakers in this vevehicle. This is the Clips Premier sound system. We've got 12-inch sub and 1,228 watt amp in this baby. So the sound quality in this guy is phenomenal.
It is. I had it up earlier and it was insane.
So many speakers. I haven't counted where all of the 23 speakers are, but there are a lot in here. There are also speakers behind this driver and passenger seat. If you can't see this well, I'll get another shot of this. But there's so many speakers in here. So many speakers.
Speakers for days.
Speakers for days. And then we also have in here as well the passenger screen. This screen is a 10.25 inch. It's an interactive display. So essentially, the passenger has some limited functionality here. So I can see all the camera angles in this vehicle as well. So if you are towing something, or you need to help somebody navigate backing up the truck to a trailer, which this vehicle has tons of safety features for that, for trailer assist. So you don't really have to have someone help guide you, because the truck can do it itself for the most part. But yeah, I can see camera angles in here. As you can see, I can see this while we're driving. I can also type in an address and send directions to the driver for the main navigation system. And then I can also see the navigation as well. As I mentioned, we've got HDMI input, so if I wanted to watch something on my little screen, if we're going on a road trip, I can watch video in here. How crazy is that? I can also listen to my own music, as long as it's not the same source that the driver is listening to. So if they're on Bluetooth, I cannot be on Bluetooth. I need to be on FM or AM, or vice versa. But yeah, my sound would just come through my wireless earbuds, or plug your cord into your phone and listen that way as well. And then the driver can still listen through the main speakers for whatever they want to listen to. So that's kind of neat, because sometimes when you're taking a road trip, you might get bored and want to do something, and you're like, man, if only I had this, that, or the other, so I didn't have to listen to whatever they're listening to, or I could just watch something real quick. So this is kind of nice to have this. It is, in my opinion, it is a little bit gimmicky. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but it's a cool feature, and I'm pretty sure we'll start seeing this coming in more and more vehicles.
Oh yeah, you already see it in quite a few. Like Mercedes has been doing it for a while.
I think Jeep has some in theirs as well.
Yep, Jeep has it. And then if you look at, let's say, Cadillac, for instance, they've got those screens now that just go across the entire dash. And I think Lincoln has something similar. So it's becoming more and more common.
Definitely.
And I think it's just the way of the future.
It's just the way of the future, just the way things are
going. It's only a matter of time before it's in every single vehicle.
Again, this is just those things, right? They do all this market research. They send out these surveys to people and ask what they want and get their wish list. And sometimes your wishes come true, but again, it comes at a cost. Yeah. So then you can't go back and say, oh man, I don't want to spend $90,000 for a vehicle. Can you sell it to me for $60,000? No, it's $90,000. You asked for this. Exactly. This is what you got.
Exactly. But I mean, as spec, this one's loaded.
It is loaded.
It's got everything.
It is very nice.
It's got head-up display,
yes,
which is pretty configurable. You can pick and choose what you want displayed there. You have a few options. The gauge cluster is fully digital. I have the navigation up right now, so it's taking up the full gauge cluster. Obviously, we've got the 14.4-inch screen. We've got the 10.25-inch passenger screen. We've got the digital rearview mirror, which is nice. Yep. So, which if you've never used that,
they call it digital, but it's still just basically using the camera. Yeah, but it got to be different.
Another screen, something that's going to cost more if it breaks.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
And then you do get voice control, voice recognition, as well as Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Amazon Alexa is built in. I mean, it just goes on and on.
Yep, and we've got 5 selectable drive modes in here as well that you can choose from. So your typical, your auto, your snow, your mud, your tow, things like that.
And the suspension adjusts accordingly to the drive mode.
Yes, yep, so that will do that automatically as well. We also have our drowsy driver detection. So that little screen there is basically a camera monitoring the driver. So essentially, if your eyes start to wander, or they don't pick up your eyes or your head or something, it will alert the vehicle and send a notification, obviously an audible alert tone, to say, hey, you need to wake up or pull over.
Or also, like if you're using the hands-free driving, and you take your eyes off the road too long.
Yep, it will.
Yep. And then, thing to note, and it's really important, that if you are using the hands-free, and it does detect that you're not paying attention, it will deactivate.
Yes.
And so you need to be paying attention when you're using a system like that.
So like I said before, it's not fully autonomous, so there is still going to require some driver input. But yeah, as Kay mentioned, if too long you're not paying attention to the road, or the system doesn't think you're not paying attention to the road, it will deactivate, and whatever happens after that is on you. Yeah. So you need to be prepared, and obviously make sure that you're driving under safe conditions.
Like the lawyers, they think of everything.
Yep. So just some other little tidbits I wanted to point out in here. Our headliner is suede, actually. So that's what we've got going on around the top of the vehicle here. And then I love that our rotary dial, our gear shifter, they call it jeweled, even though that's not actually jewels on it, but just the design on it, I think just gives it kind of that gives it that bedazzled effect on it. But again, those are words you use for things that are ultra premium, right?
Yep, that's what allows them to charge more for.
Exactly. But yeah, this vehicle, like, it is really, for Ram, it is really top notch. I think that they did a great job on this. The craftsmanship is really nice on it. The quality, I actually think, is really nice. I really don't have too many complaints, I'm just kind of being nitpicky about certain things just because I can, but this is really nice vehicle, and this is leather. So
with real stitching.
It's real stitching. Either machine or handcrafted, I don't know, but whichever one it is, it looks really nice. It looks really good. So,
and I mean, speaking of quality, like, not a single squeak, not a single rattle.
No.
It is very quiet, serene.
It is, quiet, serene. It is smooth.
The only time you really hear the motor is when you give it some gas.
Yep. And like I said, this guy has a lot of pickup. Like, it is quick. And there is another speaker up there as well, obviously. And another power supply. Look at that. Yeah, this is top notch. Top notch. Good job, Ram. Overall, good job, for sure. For sure, yes.
5 stars.
Yes.
All the things.
The finish on the door handles is nice. Now, I will just have to say, I don't mean to rain on their parade, but I hope that these sun visors don't just randomly come off when someone's trying to open it, because I have seen that be an issue on a new vehicle from them. It's like, why is your sun visor just like falling off from the connector? It makes no sense.
I will say these are probably like the largest visors I think.
Yeah, these are really gigantic. How's the drive feel for you, Kay?
Feels good. It's, like I said, serene, very smooth, very quiet. I think it's, if I had the money, I would definitely get something like that.
Awesome. That's cool. Yeah, I'm ready to hop in the wheel and see what it's like.
Awesome.
All right, we're ready to take off. Oh,
on the road again?
You know what? One other thing I just wanted to mention, for this being a premium luxury vehicle and so many fancy things, it's so nice. Why the heck do we have carpet floor mats? Just saying. Where are my all-weather floor mats? And they can still be fancy with tungsten in them, but why would I get carpet ones? I don't understand.
Because it's plush.
No.
it's luxe.
No, it's still a truck. We're still rugged, and especially being out here in Colorado, right? Like, the weather here, you're always, most of the time, we're snow, slush, things like that, and carpet mats just don't hold up well in those conditions.
Well, I think for the most part, the people that are going to be buying this are maybe heading toward retirement. They're probably not spending a whole lot of time out in the wilderness. I think for the target demographic, obviously there are going to be some people, maybe younger families that have, gained some wealth over the years, may be looking at something like this. But I think for the most part, the target demographic is older people who don't want like a Cadillac Escalade or something like that. Maybe it's somebody who's worked in construction his whole life and wants a truck and doesn't want to get into something smaller, they're probably going to be looking at something like this.
Yeah, I get that, but still, even though that may be the case, you know, I'm pretty sure most people would prefer to have all-weather mats in their vehicles these days than carpet ones, because it doesn't matter where you live, right, or where you are in the U.S. or anywhere, honestly, but like you're transferring external dirt and grime into your vehicle, and some people like to keep their stuff really clean, and I just think the rubber mats are easier to keep clean than carpet.
Yeah.
You know,
well, for sure.
That's just kind of my point of that, because either way you go, it's always raining somewhere.
I'm sure WeatherTech will gladly sell.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Some heavy-duty floor mats.
I'm sure they will. I'm just saying, if I'm buying a $90,000 vehicle, $100,000 vehicle, $70,000 vehicle, I don't care. Even if it's $20,000, it better already come with some all-weather mats in there. Don't let that be another accessory I have to buy. But seriously though, honestly, that was just kind of one of my things. It's like, why would we have carpet mats in here? Almost every other Ram, we get carpet and or the all-weather mats, but they chose to do this. They could have done the same design on an all-weather mat. That's all I'm saying. I think that would have been so cool, because that would have been very unique, because it would have been specific to the Tungsten as an all-weather mat.
That's fair.
You know? Just thinking, if you hear this, Ram Stellantis, giving you ideas. But anyway, but yeah, I do love the way this feels. The steering wheel is very nice. We've got our Ram logo here, of course. Yeah, this is really fancy truck.
Yeah, that heat was kicking. I was gonna say, these heated seats do work very well.
Very well.
I had to turn it down a notch or two.
I hope that means the ventilated portion of that works really nice too.
Hopefully.
Obviously, I'm not gonna try that out right now because it's already cold outside, even though it wouldn't hurt to try it out in here.
Yeah.
But hopefully, yeah, those are just as strong as the heated portion of that, the filaments are.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly, I think really all the Stellantis vehicles that I've been in, that's one thing they really do right is the comfort features, like the heated and cooled seats and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I have a 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee, like I've mentioned a million times.
Yeah.
Obviously that was pre-Stellantis. But even still, those features work really, really well.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't really have any complaints about, really, honestly, this vehicle overall. You know, I'm just trying to be a little bit nitpicky, just to point some things out for what you're getting and for what it's called and everything like that. But like I said, I'm just really amazed with just this craftsmanship in here. It's so nice. These nice finished touches. It's just so cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It's nice feels good to touch. It's hard to tell if that's real carbon fiber or not.
It's probably not. I don't think it is.
But I like the pattern on it. That's really unique.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking about whoever gets this truck and are trying to tell their friends about their awesome 23 speaker sound system. Try to pronounce
Clips. But yeah, apparently this is a really good sound system, a sound company. They make really great quality products from what I've heard. I've never heard of them.
I've never heard of them either.
So I did a little bit of research into them, and apparently they make some really great quality products, some audio products. So
well, we'll see how they do.
We can't all have Bang & Olufsen's, and
why not?
You gotta bring in somebody else, Gotta be a little bit different every now and again.
True.
But I like the touchscreen. It's very responsive, except for when it's really cold.
Yeah.
That's the one downside to the touchscreen. Is when it's really cold, it is not very responsive at all.
Yeah, when we were first getting in the truck this morning, it was press a button and then wait. Like it took a minute for it to do anything.
It took a minute for sure. But now that it's been warmed up, it's getting a little bit warmer today for a nice 30-something degree temperature. We're warm.
It says we're at 42 now.
It says we're at 42 now. Okay. without the windshield, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, now that it's a little bit warmer today, the responsiveness of the screen, I think it's more normal than for what it should be than it was earlier today. But that is kind of the one downside to, again, just having more digital things, especially in colder temperatures. You will have to remember that it's going to take a little bit for it to function properly just because it is so cold.
Yeah, for sure. But speaking of tech, you can also, there's an app that you can download, Ram Connect app, which allows you to basically use your phone as a key.
Yes.
Which is really nice. You can do things like lock, unlock, remote start, whatever. You can even schedule maintenance through the app. And you can also get on some models, a key card.
Yes.
So that you could essentially just leave your actual key at home, put the key card in your wallet, and just use that to operate the vehicle.
Yep. Exactly. And that's something along the lines of what Tesla had introduced several years back. I don't know if they were the first ones to do something like that, but I do recall that they had keyless entry, or you can use a card, basically was your key, and it's like a little credit card. Looks like a credit card, but it's your key to your car. And it can also start the vehicle for you too.
Yeah.
So if you left your keys at home, as long as you have that card on you, you're still good to go.
Yeah. Like if you're at a concert or something and don't want to carry valuables around, just stick that in your pocket.
Yep. So it's nice that Ram has that option now as well. Obviously, just make sure not to lose that and lose your keys. Or your phone.
I was going to say, at least you'll have your phone.
More options, more problems.
Yeah.
But it's good to have options, though. It's really good to have options.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this is a nice ride. This is a nice vehicle. Very comfortable. All right, everyone. Thank you again for tuning in to our video today. We hope that you have enjoyed it. My final thoughts on this Ram 1500 Tungsten, I will give it 2 thumbs up. Overall, this is a very nice truck. It is very ultra premium. Lots of features, lots of cool things going on. Could probably do without a few things, but whatever. But it's nice for a Ram truck. This is nice. They've upped the game for sure.
100%. This is right up on par with the Denali Ultimate, which I think is its closest competitor.
Yep.
I know Ford has the Platinum, but that's I don't think nearly as luxurious.
Right.
Doesn't have all the safety and the tech. But I think the Ram the Ram Tungsten would be my choice of the two between this and the Denali.
And the Denali.
Yeah.
I agree. I would pick this over the Denali as well. I do think overall this does, in my opinion, beat the Denali in a lot of aspects.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I loved that Hemi engine. That V8 was so good. It was beautiful and it sounded amazing. But I'm not gonna miss it. I'm not gonna miss it. It's so good. The engine is so smooth. It's very quiet, very luxurious, but it is so powerful.
Yeah. And I love the name, Hurricane.
Yeah.
Hurricanes are powerful. This is powerful.
Yeah.
They did a great job. I don't know how they come up with the name for it, but I'm glad they chose that name and stuck with it, because this Hurricane power plant, it is amazing. I'm telling you guys, this is awesome.
Yeah. And it's been around for a while. It was in the Wagoneer, just tuned differently. And now it's going into more Stellantis models. And like I said, the V8, if you want that push you back in your seat kind of power, this is going to give it to you.
This is going to give it to you.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely will. And again, we just want to give a big shout out to Fort Collins Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram for letting us film this vehicle today and entrusting us with their inventory. This vehicle is available for sale at Fort Collins Dodge. So if you guys are interested in it, if somebody out there is like, hey, how do I get my hands on a Tungsten? I want that one before it's gone. Hit us up. Our email is down below in our bio, and just mention #T&K NoCo Auto Talk.
Yep, but I don't have anything else to add other than it's a great truck and I can't wait to own one.
Yeah, heck yeah, guys. Well, until next time,
we'll catch you on the road.